Yes, hi, APC. This is Michael. As you know, I am the founder, owner, and the materials writer for all of your lessons at the 7-step system to pass the TOEFL IBT. And let's take a look at your situation. We've already corresponded a few times here. So you say, I'm not prepared to take the full-length TOEFL test you suggested, but I am aware of many of the problems I have with the English language. So I think it would be good, if I'm honest, I tell you exactly what they are. Well, I've been practicing my English skills for some time now. I realize the need to work on the following things. All right, fair enough. You say, number one, vocabulary. Sometimes I just notice I lack the academic vocabulary in order to talk about certain things or topics such as restaurants, sports, science, and this makes me pause and go blank when I'm speaking. I think this will be a problem for me in the speaking part of the test. If you lack vocabulary, it's going to give you problems in all parts of the exam, beginning with reading, listening, speaking, and writing. Now, in my course, you want to focus in the vocabulary section. All of the lessons are going to help build your vocabulary, especially vocabulary lesson number 3, number 4, number 5, and also number 6. And that's going to give you access to 1,700 TOEFL and college level vocabulary words. Okay, number 2, you say, since I'm not a native speaker, I sometimes end up using words that are not the most appropriate to convey the meaning or what I really want to express. I'd like to solve this problem too. You can solve this problem as you study the vocabulary section of my course. This is going to help you, but as I already suggested in a previous video, you want to engage in a regular routine of reading and listening. You want to practice reading about 45 minutes a day. You also want to practice listening about 45 minutes a day. This helps you get used to the kinds of words that we use to communicate. This will be very important in helping you solve your word choice issues. Number 3. Advanced grammar. I have lots of grammar questions. I always try to find an answer to them on my own, but there are certain things that are really hard to find on the internet. You say, I'd like to know if you can clarify some of my doubts. Yes, I can, in order to write and speak better English. Besides, I also have some problems with the use of correct prepositions, punctuation, and the use of tenses too. All right, so with your grammatical problems, I recommend in the grammar part of my course, I think it's lesson number 3, 4, and 5, you will get some very good instruction on punctuation. Vocabulary lesson number 1, actually grammar lesson number 1 and 2 will help you with your sentence structure and also with your what's called being more concise, to help you use fewer words but to still communicate effectively. So the grammar part of my course will be effective in helping you in these areas. Now also, as you keep reading and you keep listening, that also helps you with your grammar. Number 4, you say pronunciation. I've been watching videos and reading websites related to American English pronunciation. Now, one thing that will be important for you is watching movies, believe it or not. If you watch a few movies every week, that it will help you with your pronunciation. You say 2 particular vowels that you can find in the words caught and caught. Caught, caught, caught. The point is, I've learned the vowel one, caught, is the same as in hot, stop, or father, which is correct. I've heard native speakers pronounce the vowel the same way in all of these words, which I think is correct. However, there are words like cop, policy, and John that seem to be pronounced with the AW, and words like dog, saw, and door. So I was trying to figure out why this happens. I came across something called the caught merger, which seems to be the reason that some people pronounce these words differently. Since some people in the U.S. make no difference, while others do. It's true. You're getting into now what's called regional dialects. I think in the northeast area, for example, New York City, Boston, in that area, they do make a difference between they'll say caught, quat, quat. But in California, where I live, we make no difference between those words. So I don't think that's a major problem, to be honest with you. I wouldn't worry too much about that. The main thing is can you, for the most part, pronounce your vowels and your consonant sounds in a way that native speakers can understand you. So I think with your point 4, you're probably worrying a little bit about something that's probably not going to be a huge problem with your pronunciation. Number 5, on the other hand, this can be a very serious issue. You really want to work on your intonation. You say, this is something difficult for non-native speakers. I'd like to learn more about it. I hope your course could help me with it too. It can, and it will. Let me show you. In my online TOEFL course, let me go to this section, the pronunciation area. You can kind of see what's going on here. Yeah, I actually have a lot of lessons to help you with your pronunciation. One of the first things you want to do is to take my diagnostic pretest. Okay, I'm going to my 7-step system right now, and let's take a look at the vocabulary I just told you about. You definitely want to make sure that you learn vocabulary lesson 3, lesson 4, lesson 5, and lesson 6. This is how you learn 1,700 words. Now, in the pronunciation area, you want to make sure that you take this pretest pretty quickly, and if you have any problems in your vowel and your consonant sounds, I will let you know. I'll let you know what they are. In the second part of the pronunciation part of my course, you'll take another diagnostic pretest. Again, I'll let you know what problems you're having. Now, you mentioned intonation. I have 5 lessons. Lesson number 36, 37, 38, 39, and lesson number 40. All these lessons focus on tone. So you want to make sure that you go through those lessons, and that's going to help you become more accustomed to the rules regarding intonation of American English. Now remember that if you are speaking English on a regular basis and you are watching movies like I suggested, you will naturally begin to solve a lot of these issues. All right. Anyway, thank you for your comments. You say, I think if you can help me improve in these 5 things I've described above and recommend some of your lessons to me, correct my recordings and writing exercises, answer some of my questions, and give me some feedback, I will have a solid chance to get a high score on the TOEFL exam. Yeah, you will. You'll have a good chance. So how about this? I'm going to recommend right now, based on some of the information that you've given me, I'm going to recommend my 90-day TOEFL study guide for you. All right? I will include that study guide in the email for you. All righty? Anyway, thank you very much, and keep up the good work. And remember that particular study guide, it will give you some great practice with the vocabulary, pronunciation, grammar, the listening, reading, writing, and speaking sections of my course. Now, the study guide is simply a suggestion. You can use my course any way you want. Once you become one of my students and subscribe, you will have complete unlimited access to all 630 of my lessons. All right, thank you again for your comments.